have to be actually ready. Because most time when I sit down and I talk to them and I'm like, do you really want it? Because I've seen a lot of people while we started at the same time, and with the frustration, the criticism, and everything that comes for our people, like the fans and people in Nigeria, they give up. So I tell them, that's why I told you, like, passion is something that you really have to have as an individual. So I tell them, like, you have to be driven by passion. You have to love what you do, regardless of what is coming out of it. If there's no money coming out of it, you just have to be ready to actually give the best that you can. And you have the talent, you have to extremely work. Even if you have a talent and you're not working towards it, everything is just going to be a waste. It's going to be a waste. So you have to work hard. One time I was talking to someone, the person said, does he have to be blessed in Okagbari? And I was like, I don't sit down and expect miracles. Trust me, I work my butt off. I really, really do. I try to, because it is not about being a champion. It's about staying there. That's the most difficult part of it. If you're nobody and you don't even win, nobody will recognize. Now, if I don't win a medal, everybody knows I did not, because I have built that, I've come to that stage that people will actually recognize. So that's one of the most difficult parts. So I tell them to just, have that passion for yourself. If you really, really do have the passion, nothing's going to stop you, no matter how hard or difficult it is. And I think a lot of them are doing so well, as much as they can get support from the people on top that can really, really support them. I think we have some great athletes, and I show, wow. I think we need to try as much as we can to. It doesn't have to be 100% support. And I know, like, this year, I've been running for Nigeria for a couple of years, and I know how many times people don't even call me to ask me, how is your training going? How are you preparing? They only let me know, hello, when are you coming in? What time is your flight? Like, did you even call me to ask me if I'm actually preparing for this competition? Things like that. We have to try as much as we can to follow up on athlete, because we lack so much on that area. We don't follow up on athlete, and if something happens, you don't even know what's going on with the athlete. If I'm coming to the championship with an injury, I only tell you what you know. How about you trying to call my coach behind me? Nobody calls my coach. It's been years, nobody called. One time he called me and he's like, you need to sit down and focus. But the younger ones that are coming, we have to try as much as we can to encourage them. Sometimes it doesn't have to be even the money all the time. A little call them and actually check on them, how they're doing, how's the progression coming up. And finances is something like we really, really need in sport. Sport is not cheap. To actually get on the podium, even get on the top making standards, it's not cheap. If you see the Olympics coming up next year, there's no B standard. They used to have B standards, but now it's all strictly A. So if you don't make it, you don't make it. Don't show up. That's what they're trying to tell you. Don't come. That's what they're saying. Like, don't come at all. If you don't have the standard, you don't have. There's no B. We're not petting anybody. You have to be ready. So that's what it is. So, like, we have to try as much as we can to encourage the people that we know that are going to get there, because we've been slacking in so many areas. If we actually put a lot of things together, like the support, mentally, physically, financially, I think we'll get as much as with the top athlete that we really need, we'll get them. And we'll get the medals too that we want to actually be on top of the game.
Okay, Blessing Okagbari there speaking on the athletics and the need for young athletes to, yes, like Cecilia said, brace up, get working, get to work, and stop talking about the challenges or all of that. We need to start achieving results on the tracks and, of course, on the field. All right, let's move on now and talk about athletics, like we did say on the show. It is on our radar on the show today. So we have our guest, who else than to talk athletics, if not the president of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, Mr. Solomon Ogba, who joins us right about now in the studios. Great to have you, President.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
All right, yes, we're talking athletics. It's no longer news. The AFN, which you head as the president, has already released the entry standard for athletes who intend to compete at the Rio 2016 Olympics. Give us a general overview. How did it all happen, or how did you come about all of this?
Well, if you follow athletics coming back, it's not new. I remember in 1980, when the standards were released, only 6 athletes then made the standard. Chidimo, Igbunike, and Falilat made at that time. So we looked at it. We say, okay, this is the standard for the Olympics. That means that is the base for everybody going to the Olympics to have to go. Now, if we want to make an impact, we should not go with the base, because everybody will have the base. And they're going to be first round, second round, semi-finals, and finals. So if you have the base, what happens? You might not likely going to get to the second round. So we said, okay, let's make it higher. So that is how we took it from 10.15 for 100 meters to 10.09. We believe that with 10.09, if you come to the camp, by the time we put things together, we can reduce to a 9 second or a 10.01 or 10.02. Okay. And we believe that that can take you to the semi-final. It might not take you to the final because they're going to win the 100 meter with 9.7. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the problem I see with that is at the moment, we don't have any Nigerian sprinter actually running a sub 10.
No.
A male Nigerian sprinter.
Yeah, we don't have.
So how are they going to get to 10.09?
No, it's okay. We have Nigerian sprinters running 10.06. Yes. Aguero has run 10.06 twice and ran 10.0. On that 10.09, he has done it 3 times. So we have. And not that we don't have athletes who can do this. The truth is that...
You talked about sub 10.
No, so I'm coming to that. If you do 10.09, the difference between 10.10, for instance, and 9.9 is not more than this.
Just need to push forward a bit.
Yes, and you see, and that has to do with the foundation of the athletes. That's why you see athletes, they run very well in the semi-finals.
And when they get to the
when you get to the finals, 1 hour, 30 minutes later,
they're burnt out.
They're gone.
Why?
Because the foundation.
Okay.
That is why the federation this year, we decided to do what they call foundation training in Port Harcourt. Unfortunately, most of the senior athletes refuse to go. And we have said, it's good, you're good. Don't come, stay where you're training. But this is our standard. But I can tell you, most of the junior athletes are in camp. Because once the foundation is not right, even anything you do, once the foundation is not right, nothing you do will work.
Let me get this straight. You said the senior players are not turning up.
No, many of them.
Or many of them.
Many of them say they want to train with their coaches.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Is it that they don't have any belief in them?
No, not that. This is science.
Okay.
You see, we lost it when Nigeria refused to go the way of science. Science application in the sports. You know, at a point in time, everybody in the world moved towards the science part of the sports. We did not, because we did not accept the high performance center that was brought to Nigeria, which eventually was taken to Kenya. That is what turned Kenya around and gave Kenya an edge over Ethiopia, Eritrea, Uganda, Tanzania. We didn't take it many years ago. It is now, we just got it now, which has been cited in the University of Port Harcourt. That is I was in Port Harcourt 2 days ago. I saw all the sports scientists working with the athletes, the sports biomechanics, the exercise physiologists, and Professor Ken, who was just kidnapped. They all worked with the athletes. Nobody's even training now. They're doing evaluation of every athlete before they would draw the program for that athlete. Because every athlete does not have the same physiology. So you cannot use one program to train everybody. No, it's not going to work. So they will evaluate you, your flexibility, everything they do, then they draw a program based on who you are. That is what is going on right now. Unfortunately, like I said, many of them say, oh, President, I want to train. I said, okay, fine. Try with your coach.
But make the standard.
But make the standard.
Yeah, surely. But surely, a lot of these athletes that you said are not in camp, a lot of them are professionals as well. And I want to believe they're science inclined as well. So
No. See, we don't have a problem with that. Okay. Like I say, if you are an amateur athlete and you pretend to be a professional athlete, we will treat you as a professional athlete.
Okay.
The one blessing was speaking, I should talk about the issue of, if you reverse it, you're talking about motivation.
Motivation, yeah.
You must really want it before you can get it. Do you really want it?
It's not going to be forced on you.
No. First, you must want it as a person. Do you really want it? If you want it, go for it. You get it. But many of them don't want it. Many of them want the crumbs. They think government will give grants. They think government will give. So that is the money they are looking for. They are not really. That's what I'm telling you. The truth.
For instance, now let me get in here. Talking about grants, some athletes really is usually the biggest problem some of them are facing. Some of them don't even have the financial means to actually start that preparation.
No, we agree. That is why I say, if you're an amateur athlete, remain an amateur athlete. If you're a professional athlete, you're a professional athlete. Professional athletes make money.
Make money, yes. He meets another.
Professional athletes make money, and in all the other countries in the world, they pay taxes to the government from what you make. I'm sure Blessing Okagbari, for instance, pay a lot of tax to the U.S. government because that's where she lives. Jamaican athletes pay taxes to the government. Kenya pay. That is a professional athlete. That's why I say, if you are a professional, you're a professional. If you are an amateur, don't behave like a professional. That is where we are mixing it. Okay. Because if you are running 10-4, for instance, you're not a professional athlete. So don't pretend to be a professional athlete.